Hey BookTube, this is Friday Reads. I'm Jen and I talk about audiobooks, and believe it or not, I only have 2 books to tell you about this week, but I have a box to open that was sent to me by my good friend Anita, and I can't wait to open it. It came earlier today, so I wanted to wait and share that with you. So let me hurry up and get through these 2 books. It was only 2 books because one of the books was really intense. It was a buddy read with some people, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. The first book was Sweet Talk, and it is by Susan Mallery, and it is book 1 in her Bakery Sisters series, trilogy. It's about 3 sisters who own a bakery. It's narrated by Therese Plummer, and that was fantastic because Therese Plummer is just so talented. I'm always happy when I run across a romance that she has narrated because she's just so good. She's one of those top-notch narrators, you know, one that you're always glad to see. So the book is about 3 sisters, and they all own a bakery, and one of them gets sick, and the oldest one gets sick, and then the middle one has to come back home to take care of her. But it's a complicated family situation, and the mom and dad are out of the picture. The mom was killed in a car accident with the middle child, and she's the main character. This book was full of exaggerations, things like the oldest sister just spitting venom, mean as a snake. I'm not kidding. It was things like, I wish you were dead. I hate you. I wish you had died in that car accident with our mom. I don't want you here. Go away. I never want to speak to you again. It's all kinds of things like that. I'm thinking, okay, it's one thing to not want to be around your family, but your family's never going to stop being your family. Well, this main character bordered on kind of a doormat, and all of these people had been fed these lies about her by her older sister, and so nobody was willing to give her much of a chance, but she just wouldn't quit. And so that was a good character hanging in there, you know, until things got better. And there's a friend who she gets involved with, so there's a bit of a romance there. To be honest, I am not all that thrilled about continuing on with the series, and I want to like Susan Mallery's books so much. So I'm not finished with her yet. I'm gonna keep giving her books a try. But this one I rated 3 stars. Yeah, it was fine. It was decent entertainment while I was reading it. So there you go. The other book I read this past week was intense, difficult, so many things. It was A Spark of Light by Jodi Piccoult, and this is narrated by Bonnie Turpin. Bonnie Turpin is like Therese Plummer. She's incredibly talented, incredibly gifted at this kind of a story. She was perfect. She just, the way she distinguished all the voices was perfect, and just in general, her voice acting was spot on. I thoroughly enjoyed the narration. I thought it was really, really good. I read this book with 9 other people, and we talked about it on Voxer. If you don't know about Voxer, I'll put some links to what it is and, you know, stuff like that in the description box, so you can check that out. But it's a great way to keep in touch with people all over the place and be able to talk in real time about a book or any other thing you want to talk about. So this was interesting because we all had varying opinions about the book, and this is a very difficult book for a lot of people to talk about. This premise is that there is a man, and he goes into a women's clinic where they do abortions, and he starts shooting. Well, several people die, and then the people that haven't died become his hostages. So it's the story of what happens. So the thing is, the flashpoint of this book is the abortion issue. And so you have to kind of, you know, everyone looked at what was going on, the plot and the characters through this filter of how they felt about the abortion issue. And we all had an opinion, you know. I think one of the best things this book did for me was that it made me have to stop, consider what I wanted to say, and then be careful about the way I said it. And we were all like that, because nobody wanted to be disrespectful to anyone else who had a differing opinion about abortion. And the book is very well written. The characters are wonderful. They're all very, very well written. They have a lot of facets to them. And as you got to know them, you began to understand more and more about them. And so their role in the story began to change. And the book is told in a reverse timeline. So it starts out at present day, present time, and then it works its way backwards. I don't know, it worked for most of the book for me. And then towards the end, I just wanted to know what happened at the end, because it was kind of a cliffhanger at the beginning, and you knew that you were going to find out at the very end of the book what had happened. And we all had our ideas about what that was. So this is an emotional book, and it is full of talking points. Everybody was rating it 5 stars and saying, oh, it's incredible. My problem with it is that I think it had a distinct bias. And I say that because of the side of the issue that I'm on. And the author's notes at the end were narrated on the audiobook by the author herself, and they're really good. She's got a whole lot of information and statistics and stuff that stemmed from her research that she did on this book. And I really appreciated that. But in the end, I didn't agree with a lot of what was going on in this book. I didn't like the way some characters were portrayed. I think that some things could have been done differently to balance kind of the perspective. So, I have a feeling that no matter who you are, you may have some problems with this book. But I was not over the moon about it, and it was a really hard book to read. It was an even harder book to talk about, because I had to be so careful about what I said. I had to weigh my words so carefully so that I was able to express my opinion without stepping on anybody's toes. That's a hard thing to do. Actually, we all had to do that. And that was what made it both a good book, a good discussion, and a difficult discussion too. So I'm wiped out. I finished it yesterday, and I'm like, ugh. I'm also currently reading a book called Quantum Coin, which is the sequel to Fair Coin by E.C. Myers, narrated by MacLeod Andrews. It's YA, kind of alternate worlds, really not time travel, but alternate worlds, other dimensions. And it's okay. It's not really grabbing me, and I don't know. I think I'm just not in the mood for it, actually. I probably should put it aside and save it for later, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to lose my momentum with it. You know how you can do that sometimes? So I'm pushing through that. I'm also in the middle of Strange the Dreamer, which is by Laini Taylor and narrated by Steve West brilliantly. But I had to stop in the middle of that to go ahead with the Jodi Piccoult book. So I think I'm going to set that aside for the time being until I can really focus on it and it alone. So even though I'm probably 30% of the way through it, it's a reread, but I think I want to stop and then start at the beginning again so that I can then read the sequel, which is Muse of Nightmares, which just came out. Okay. So that was last week and this coming week and what's going on right now. And I really want to open this box. So I'm going to do that. Anita messaged me, or she boxered me actually, I think, the other day. And she said, I have this book. Do you want it? Because, I'll send it to you if you do. And I said, are you kidding me? And I'll show you which one it was. But then she also had a lot of other books from a library sale. And she lives probably about 2 hours from me. So she is just so kind to send me this. I'm thrilled. Oh, it's going to be fabulous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look. It's just chock full of books. So I'll go through these one by one. I don't know if they're on audio, but yeah, I'll figure it out later. Then He Kissed Me by Laura Trentham, a Cottonbloom novel. Now, if you've read any of these, by all means, tell me and let me know what you thought of them. This is just set in Louisiana, the Louisiana side of Cottonbloom. So it must go across a river, and it's a romance. So it's Nash and Tally. That should be good. Southern romance. Oh boy, that'll be good. Watch Over Me by Sydney Landon. Well, this looks interesting. And it says, Gwenday has never been lucky in love, but now she's betting on one man ready to care for her the way no one ever has. Woo! That'll be good. Barefoot by the Sea by Roxanne St. Clair. And this says signed by the author. Oh, you know how I feel about a signed book. Ah, it says, go barefoot. And then it's got her name. Oh, how cute. Well, I love me a beach romance. I love just all kinds of romances that are set by the beach. So this says it's a Barefoot Bay novel. So it's part of a series, and there are 3 books listed on the back. When you think you know your heart's desire, can you give up all your dreams for love? Ooh, Susan Mallery has blurbed it, so that's gonna be good. Oh gosh, I love romance. I love romance. Sex and the Single Fireman. Oh my goodness, by Jennifer Bernard, which is a bachelor fireman novel. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Oh my. Look at that cover. Ooh. There's a hard-nosed new training officer in town, and that's bad news for the bachelor fireman of San Gabriel. But the great news for firefighter Sabrina Jones. Maybe. This is going to be good. Oh my. Trouble When You Walked In by Kieran Kramer. And this does not say it's part of a series, but this says Southern Romance. And Jill Shalvis has blurbed it. Oh, well, right there. She's a woman of her word. Is he a player or does he mean business? Ooh. I am so thrilled. I can't wait to get these. Oh, I can't wait to read them. The kind of romances I like. They're quick, they're sweet, they're wonderful. Once and for All, an American Valor novel by Cheryl Etchison. And this says, rule number 1, military and matrimony don't mix. And then wish number 1 is a little bit of normal. So, this is Staff Sergeant Danny McGregor and Bree, his first friend, first love, first everything. Well, that ought to be interesting. So, military romance there. Looking for Trouble by Erin Kern. All it takes is just one glance. Trouble isn't hard to find, it says. And it's got 2 other books here on the back, so I don't know if this is a standalone and those are other books she's written or if it's part of a series. But, you know, it looks like they're kind of near maybe a beach. I don't know. But I'm all about a beach romance, so. It might be, I don't know. She's wearing kind of a cowboy hat. I don't know. Maybe it's a beach hat. Okay. Summer at Mustang Ridge by Jessie Hayworth. Ooh. Gotta love a little log cabin going on there. A single visit to Mustang Ridge can change a person's life in the most unexpected ways. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh my. And we have Shelby and Lizzie and Foster, who is a head wrangler. So it's set on a ranch. Take Me Home Tonight, a rock star romance by Erica Kelly. Yay, I like rock star romances for the most part. Yeah, I like that trope. A rocker gets a taste of unexpected passion in the latest red-hot rock star romance from the award-winning author of I Want You to Want Me. Take Me Home Tonight. Okay, so that must be a part of a series. There's more than one way to turn out the heat. Well, yeah. So, that'll be good. Gosh, I can't believe she sent all these. One of These Nights from the Harvest Cove series by Kendra Lee Castle. And there is the cover. It says, sometimes the only way to let people in is to let go. Well, can you see that? I don't know if that's coming in there. This has to do with Zoe and Jason. Well, that ought to be interesting. Okay. Gosh, there are so many books in here. Three Promises, The Billionaire Bachelors by Lily Everett. They're handsome, wealthy, single. These so-called billionaire bachelors are heading to Sanctuary Island, where they just might find one thing that money can't buy. Ooh, never say never when it comes to love. This is Leo, Zane, and Cooper, who apparently are billionaires, and Miles. Oh, yeah, and Miles, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's a billionaire romance. The Day He Kissed Her, a Bad Boys of Crystal Lake novel by Juliana Stone. You know, I am all about a blonde guy with a little bit of stubble. And oh my, look at that. And it says it's a heart-wrenching, uplifting story. He can't wait to leave, and she's finally found a place to stay. So this is about Mac Draper and Lily St. Clair. That'll be good. You know, we all need a little bit of a tearjerker in our lives from time to time. Love Walks In by Samantha Chase. This is part of the Shaughnessy brothers series. He lives by a schedule. She lives for the moment. It sounds like my husband and I. And this has to do with Aubrey Burke and Hugh Shaughnessy. So that'll be interesting. Kind of looks like they're in a vineyard or something, doesn't it? Let's see if it says anything about a vineyard on the back. No, it's all about, you know, I don't know, she's impulsive and he's not. Well, I will understand that very well. Coming Home to Mustang Ridge by Jessie Hayworth. So this is another one of the Mustang Ridge ones with the ranch. And Kristen Higgins blurbed it. Oh, that's good. And the latest delightful Mustang Ridge novel, Ignoring Your Heart is Easier Said Than Done. This is all about Ashley Webb and Tyler Reed. Okay. Oh, Paige Toon! Oh my gosh, Anita! Paige Toon! I have yet to read one of her books, and all my friends rave about her. She's a British author, and she writes amazing romance. That's what I've heard. So this is The Last Piece of My Heart. Oh, wow. Thank you, Anita. Yay. When life feels like a puzzle, sometimes it's the small pieces that make up the bigger picture. And this is about Bridget and anybody else? Charlie. I can't wait to read this. Oh my gosh. I have a Paige Toon book. Oh, good. Maisey Yates, Tough Luck Hero, a Copper Ridge novel. I've wanted to read a Maisey Yates novel for a while now. She is easy to get books from her on Audible Romance. So yeah, I need to grab something from her. I think she does cowboy romance for the most part. Can the golden boy of Copper Ridge, Oregon get a second chance at a happily ever after? Good question. Who's this about? Colton West and Lydia Carpenter. So, looks like, is he I don't know if he's a cowboy or not, but they're on a ranch. Actually, they're in a swing. Oh, this is a sweet cover. And this was the reason she sent me this box of books that she told me. Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. I read this and talked about it last week. I loved this book. I loved it. It's based in Native American belief system. And it's post-apocalyptic, and it's got some magic in it, and it's just so good. I loved this. This was a 5-star book for me, so I'm so happy to own it. This is so wonderful. Oh, man. So that is my book haul from the unboxing. That's my unboxing, I guess. If you've read any of these little romances, please be sure to tell me. And if there's one I need to read first, then tell me that, because, you know, ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's on audio. So I guess that's it for now from me. Anita, I love you so much. Mwah. You are my favorite person. And have a great weekend. And that's it for now for me, I guess. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.